Greetings gnomes and nomads, welcome back to Castlegoat. In the previous episode, we suffered the first real wound that we've had in the fort so far. Poor old Metasepia. All we had were bandages. There's no beds for her to rest on, or at least not hospital beds, for her to heal that wound up. In this episode, we're going to be focusing on the cloth industry so we can make more bandages, because we're soon going to run out of the ones we came with, and hopefully start setting up a hospital. And maybe if we get a little bit of time, work on the aesthetics of the fort. Well, it looks like our merchants have arrived at 4 AM. Wow, they were keen. We've got 2 merchants. Not the 3 that I was hoping for, but still more than enough. I don't believe we've received any migrants, or at least they haven't been announced. But it is coming up to daytime, and I doubt we're going to have any trouble for a little while, so I think it would probably be a good idea to use this time wisely and get up here and dig a bunch more ramps. Let's actually dig as much as we can this time. We'll carve it all the way down to the actual ground. Or rather the dirt that's up here. And then hopefully we'll have enough rocks that we don't need to worry about it for a little while. Hopefully we can get this done quite quickly. Off camera, I haven't designated an area. I've started mining an area ready for a hospital so that we can get Metasepia healed up. That should be enough for now, I think. And as soon as these traders get in here, we're going to see what we can get rid of. Hopefully a lot of this dirt can be gotten rid of. Also, I've started to make my way up. Now, we're going to go up about this high. It looks like that's probably the best level at this point. If I continue having a 3x3 up there, because I was going to have a spiral staircase going up a ways, but I appear to have chosen a poor location for that. Nevertheless, we've got 2 new levels opened up to us, and I'm thinking of having a couple of the workshops on these levels, just overlooking this sort of courtyard area. And I do like the idea of the workshops having like little balcony views and everything, though that is going to take some terraforming up here to make sure that they're safe. But on the surface of it, it looks like a good plan, or at least I think it is. Now then, with the stairs coming up already, then I should just get rid of this here. The stairs is in the middle, so if I do that, then that should be right. Okay. What I'll be doing is I will actually be digging these floors down so that it's basically a drop. Though obviously I'm hoping that no dwarves fall down that drop. Still, I want it for the aesthetic purposes, and as soon as I've got some torches, I'll place them on the walls and then I'll remove the floors. I won't do that first, so that I can actually get to the walls to place them. But before we actually unpause, let's just designate this area as a hospital. I guess we'll make this a hospital a priority 1 zone. But there's no beds in it yet, so Metasepia is not going to be able to rest just yet. Also, you may notice I've moved all of the weapons away. Someone did point out in the comments that having the weapons on the path that the goblins may take to try and get to me was probably not the smartest thing, because they could just pick up the weapons as they were going, and that would have resulted in some very, very bad times. Now then, have the merchants arrived? 1 has, 2 have. Fantastic. Now, the first question. Oh wow, there's a little hustle and bustle noise. I quite like that. Have you got any mushrooms? I want mushroom seeds. If you do not have mushroom seeds, I'm going to go to the other trader. I'm going to have to go slowly because I don't know what I'm looking for. If it will actually say mushroom seed or something. Grape, cotton, wheat, strawberry. Okay. I mean, I'm fairly sure you don't grow mushrooms from seeds. I could be wrong there, though. I have not... My brother grew mushrooms when he was a kid. No, not those sort of mushrooms. Crazy fools. We were like, I don't know, 10. But I didn't really pay much attention. I was far too busy learning how to program. Now, don't I feel like a fool? If only I'd paid attention, I might be able to actually notice what we need to buy in order to make tea. Oh, my misspent youth. No, it doesn't look like you've got any mushroom seeds. annoying people. Why did you even bother coming here? I just don't know. No, wheat, cotton. We've got grapes, so I'll go ahead and I'll buy some grapes so that we can get a vineyard going. But I am quite deeply saddened by the fact there is no mushroom seeds. Bauxite, serpentine, sandstone, marble, basalt, granite. Well, I don't know. I was going to say I might actually buy the granite. I've got an idea in the back of my head. This is somewhere far down the line. It's purely aesthetic. You can actually buy dirt. They'll sell it to us for 3. They'll buy it off us for nothing. I feel cheated. You got exactly the same thing? I think they do, actually. It's a little bit of a shame. Okay, well, we're going to buy all of the grape seeds. We'll take all of you. I don't think we need any wheat seeds, though I'll double check that. No, we won't buy the grapes yet. Now, we don't need any yaks, but alpacas may be worth taking because of the wool, which is going to take a lot of strain off our cotton farms. We could even get rid of a cotton farm if we have alpacas. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of that, and I'm going to sell the vast majority of our dirt clumps. I'll sell 1,000 dirt clumps for nothing. There you go. That will have cleaned up a huge chunk of our fort. We have got an awful lot of basalt and marble. My lord. I really wasn't aware that we dug that much up. No wonder the crates are full. We've got a huge amount of pine logs as well. Not much of anything else, mind. That's quite interesting, but an enormous amount of pine. Got a lot of cotton. Got 10 yak hides. We could make some leather armor out of that if we would like to. Strawberry seeds. We could probably get rid of about 100 of these, honestly. I'm looking at this and I'm starting to deeply regret not having set up a crafts shop at some point because, yeah, I think we're a little bit behind. Wheat grain, no, we'll keep that, obviously. Apples. We could sell a lot of oranges, but that would be silly. Goblin meat, no. We don't want to sell any of our foodstuffs. We could, however, sell the bones, but we could turn those bones into something later on, and I would rather try and do that. We could possibly sell the worn... Yes, we can. They're not worth much, but we won't get much for these anyway when we actually melt them down. You only have a chance... You get, like, shards, and you need a certain amount of shards to make an ingot. So, yeah, we'll get rid of those. We've got poor basalt troughs, yak cheese... Okay, well, we've got 3... Okay, well, we can't afford either of these, then. We'll get rid of you. Damn. If only they would buy those. If only we had more clippings as well. What I may try to do is I'll drop a lot of these things off if I can't find enough to buy here, but we'll take the copper ore. No, we won't. We'll take half of it. No, we won't. We'll take 6 of these off, and that should bring us below. Now, what do I want for an extra 10? We'll take an extra bunch of logs. In fact, you know what? Let's get rid of... No, we've got plenty. We'll just take 1 more log. There we go. Right, we'll make that trade, and that is pretty much all that we can afford to do. I'll just make sure that you didn't have anything else that I really wanted. I'm certain you didn't, but best double check. If you've got an emu, I wouldn't mind taking that off you. No. Oh well, we can't afford the alpacas. All I really wanted was the mushroom seeds anyway. But since we can't have them, I don't really mind that we can't have anything else. Now, if we could actually get these logs in, that would be a great help. Now, a lot of stuff is being stored all of a sudden because we've just gotten rid of a lot of seeds, and that is very good news. And finally, this is built. Right, first thing we want a bone needle. Any bone will do. We can make a statuette, a skull helmet, a bone shirt. Only need a few things. We need leather straps for that, though. But we can make a skull helmet, so yeah, why not? A statuette out of bones. How morbid. How gloriously morbid. I approve. Now, I mentioned in the last one that apparently you can make skulls on a pole. Yeah, there we are. You could use a skull and a stick. And actually, yeah, sod that helmet. I know that might save lives. But we need to let these goblins know who's boss, I think. Let's go and stick a skull on a pole outside. This is temporary, because eventually I want some sort of grand entranceway. But for now, a skull on a pole it will be. We've got all that we need, and we definitely want that about... yeah, we'll just stick it here. Let those goblins know what's coming for them. Well, it's going to be a yak skull, but the goblins are stupid. They won't know the difference. Now then. What we would like are some beds, or at least one, just for Metasepia. But whilst we're waiting on other things to be made for a little while, I want to have a look at what we're going to need here. We need a loom and a chair. I believe the loom is a carpentry object. So, let's have a look for that. Loom. Requires 4 planks of any type. We'll take pine planks. Actually, no, we'll take applewood since they're there. And 4 sticks. Wow, bugger it. We'll take pine sticks. We'll go ahead and create that. I'll move it up, and then I'll also add the sticks in there. This should be fairly easy for us to get done. We'll want 2 of these, so we'll just move all of those up. And there we go. We should have the loom made pretty quickly. Now, the tailor. What are we going to need for the tailor? The tailor will take the spun thread and turn it into bandages. We're going to need a table, a chair, and a bone needle. While we're making the bone needle... Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, well, the monitor lizard really isn't a problem. Why are you even reporting that to us? Let's get these things made. So you want another table and another chair. The basalt furnace is being made. That's cool. We'll make this one... Oh, we don't actually have the marble blocks yet. You know what, let's just get that done. So basalt and table as well. There we go. I would really like this to be done, so I'm not going to mess around with the priorities there. I'm happy for them to get that furnace up and running first. We should have those storage things made, the troughs. We've got 3, so we'll put 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there. This way we're going to be able to get all of the straw off the fields and into the yak pen as soon as possible. There we go. So that's another thing we'll be able to clean up. Now, what I would really like is that wall done now, yes? Yes, it has been done, though I think there's a log up there. Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about a log. There's going to be plenty of other logs. So let's just get this wall sealed off. And at this point, if it weren't for the fact that we've intentionally left a hole in the wall, but we can consider this our gatehouse. If this was Stronghold, then we would get a funky little sound clip about the keep being enclosed. Oh, wait, no, we haven't enclosed it. God damn! I'm going to need to build a wall eventually. Well, actually, no. Again, we're not going to have to worry about archers like you would in Stronghold, so there's not really much point. But there we are. Stairs would be useful, though, so that we can get up onto the ramparts. So, where am I? I need to be build, terrain, and then... Nope. Build, terrain, and stairs up. Out of dirt, please. There we go. Right. We've got the loom. We've got the bellows. Okay. I think it was a loom and a chair, wasn't it, to make the workshop there? We're waiting on the chair, so I'm going to have to add another chair in here, actually. So best do that now. Go ahead and add that there. Right, so it's waiting on these guys to get that finished, but I'm quite glad to have finally gotten this done, if nothing else. Now, I'm not really sure what to do with those bones. Once we've got enough leather, then we can and we've got hide. Perhaps I should look into making a leather workshop sooner rather than later. But for now, let's have a look up here. Now, what I'm doing with these corner sections is doorways can come off those. So there'll be a doorway coming off here as well. So we're going to be moving this way. And we want an area, let's say a carpentry and wood carving workshops first. So we'll have this coming out. There's not really enough room there. I'll have a corridor running up along here. But this will come down here and open up into the carpentry workshop. So we're going to need enough room for 2 workstations. 3 workstations. The sawmill, the carpenter, and the wood carver. Now we are going to be expanding outward with this, so we don't need to worry about it too much. Though, let's think. I would quite like being able to have, maybe not the workshops on a balcony, but a balcony being part of this design. So if we plan for the balcony to be a part of it, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then spaces between them, because you know what I'm like. We'll have 3, a space there. This will be the point where the corridor will connect. And finally, the areas up here will be for storage. We're not going to make these too big. A 3x3 each will be more than enough storage space for the workshops. And yeah, I quite like that actually. And then we'll have them backing out here. We might even have the workshops themselves up on this side. And then the storage space over here. Crates around the place and paths between them out onto a balcony. Carpenters can kind of look at the sun while they're working. You know what carpenters are like. So let's cancel these to create little alcoves like that. Yeah, I think that'll be a pretty fine room. I'll get rid of that as well. So that'll give our miners something to do whilst we wait on these chairs. Right, we've got 1 chair, so let's get the loom up and running. This will be a pretty important one because we've got an awful lot of cloth that we can work on straight away. Now, where are we going to put this? We're starting to run out of space a little bit, but we should be able to find somewhere. Well, we'll put it over here near the cotton. So that'll be our loom. Next, we'll want... Oh, wait. Now, let's go check up here. Is there anything up here that needs to be brought in? No. Okay. It is night time, so that means potential invasion soon. But there's no battle sounds, so I'm going to hope against hope that we're not actually going to have an invasion just yet. How many idlers we've got? Let's have a quick check of that. We've got 3 idle. That's fine. That is not a problem. There we go, the loom is up and running. Let's get in here. Bolts of cloth. Honestly, just keep making them. I really... Well, the problem with this is that if I turn them into cloth, I need to store them. But I've just got cotton on the floor anyway, so there's really not going to be anything that I can think of that you just need raw cotton. Unless mattresses do. So, okay, well, until I can double check whether mattresses require cotton just by itself rather than cotton cloth, we'll have these crafted up to 32, which is the amount that will be stored in 1 crate. So there we go. Get that a-making. On that note, how's our sawmill doing? Is our sawmill making 32? No, it's not. In that case... Let's go ahead and get our sawmill making the same sort of thing, up to 32. So they'll make 5, then they'll go up to 10, and then once they hit 10, they'll just start working up to 32. So it's applewood, birch, because apparently I was being alphabetic with this. Or apparently not, because P came before O. Silly me. Never mind, we'll go with that cue. So apple, oh no, pine, orange, birch. Ah, damn it. Move that up. Pine, orange, birch. There we go. Okay, fine. Just get it done. Right. And I guess the same for you, actually, since really I'll get these guys up to 32 on each one, and I'll have each one make 5. Oops, that's 23. Each one make 5 and then 10. But I may do that off screen at some later stage. I'll just have the make to 5s here, and then they'll go straight up to 32. There we go. And finally the sandstone as well. There we are. That should make sure that we've got enough at least to tell them to make a chair out of something, which is ideally what I would like. Now, once this table is made, I believe we will have enough to immediately make the tailor, and then finally bandages can be made en masse. Now these I'm going to want like several crates worth of bandage storage. So let's get work. Yeah, it was on workshop. Cloth, tailor. Got everything we need. Let's get you started. And ahead of this, I'm going to make 2 stockpile locations. One there. And the only thing I want in here is bandages. Doesn't matter what they're made of. This is going to be a priority 1. And the same for the one down here, which will be a little bit closer. That will also be a bandage one. Another priority 1 stockpile. And where are we going to have you? Cloth. Bandages. And finally... well, I don't ever really see fights getting this far back, so we'll allow the rest of the bandages to be stored wherever. But I would very much like the crates that have been made to be stored here. These are very high priority stockpiles, so I want them to have their own crates straight away, because this place is just going to be making bandages for a long time. Probably going to have it make about 128. Because it's not making anything else, it can just be a repeat, well, no, not a repeat order, but go ahead and make it out of cotton bolts. Don't accept generated jobs. Craft 2, 128. That will probably remain at the bottom of the list at all times. Just so that if there's nothing else to do, just make more bandages, because they are desperately going to be needed. Oh. Why? Whatever. Now, the bellows has been made, so what are we waiting on here? 1 furnace. Have I got to have something specific to make a basalt furnace? Or is it just a lot of blocks? It was 10. Okay. I imagine I don't have 10 blocks then. Or at least I hope I don't, otherwise I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, we're waiting on more basalt. Okay, well that's fine. Right, more things are being brought in. The troughs should have a decent amount of food in them. In fact, I can just click on it now and find out. It currently has total food of 54. That's not as much as I would like, honestly. Let's zoom out a little bit and have a look around. That is also not a combat song, so we are good. It is 4 a.m., so let's get up here and dig down a little bit more. We're going to dig down into here so we can get some more marble and some more sandstone. So we want to dig, ramp down, and just bring this down. Now you've got to be careful that we don't accidentally block off the gnome's way back up. So I don't want to ramp underneath a ramp that already exists. Otherwise I'll trap the gnomes up here, and then I won't notice until someone starves. There we go. Oh, what's that? I think we may have found some coal. Is that coal? Yes, it is. There must have been some coal in the rocks. That's fantastic. That means we can actually get some torches. That would be very, very good. Right, make it so. Right, let's go back down. If I can find the right place. Right then. We've got plenty of food, a decent amount of drink, and our farms are being tended. We should be fine. Now, I'm hoping we've got plenty of Yeah, we've got 6, 7, and however many are elsewhere in the fort. Now, I'm going to use this second crate. I'm going to put it in the main stockpile. I'm not going to put that one over here. We've already got one that's going to be filled up. Until that one is full, we'll try and get the rest of our storage spaces in order. Now, what else are you going to be making? Probably a couple more pine crates, honestly. That will probably be the order of business for quite some time, I imagine. But I would very much like the beds, but it doesn't look like we're going to get one, so perhaps I should try and make a straw bed. Just so that Metasepia can actually lie down. And we don't have much straw yet, or any, more to the point, because it's all been stored there. But as soon as the wheat fields have been harvested, then hopefully we can get more in. I think we either just caught the tail end of harvest, so unfortunately we're going to have to wait for a whole new one, or a couple of these crops will actually start producing soon. I'm hoping for the latter. Now we should be getting plenty of bandages up and running. And on that note, let me check out what we need for a bed. What do we need for a mattress? Requires bolts, cloth, string, straw. Is that all? Okay, and let me just double check with the carpenter. Making a bed, yeah, mattress, bed frame. Okay, well, in that case, just go ahead and make all the cloth you want, honestly. Just turn it all into cloth. Because it doesn't look like we need it. Eventually, when I'm worrying about making armor, I'll turn that off. But for now, we'll allow that one to go. Now, we're getting all of the stone down here, which is brilliant. And because we've gotten rid of quite a lot of that, thanks to the merchants, we've got plenty of storage space. But I would certainly like it if we could get these built. Or this, in fact. Kind of waiting on a lot of things, and I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Oh, have we built the skull yet? Yes, we have! Haha! Though I'm getting a bit of chugging on the game, which is quite odd. A yak skull on a pole, worth 2. Well, you know, it's the thought that counts, not the worth. Oh, okay, suddenly it looks like they've just started storing things in the pine crate, which is fantastic because it means we're going to get a lot of stuff here. And also some straw, which can be used for a straw bed. No, don't take it to the yaks, you fool! No, it looks like they're absolutely determined to just fill up the yaks' troughs, which, you know, it's good and bad in its own way. But it is now night time, so we probably want these guys to get back indoors, no? Perhaps we don't. Perhaps all is well in the world. How much more needs to come down? Well, actually, we're doing a pretty good job of getting all of this from up here. Well done, little dudes. This is going to be one massive strip mine. It will be quite funny. We'll have a tower over here with like apartments right next to a massive strip mine. It'll be glorious. The bards will sing of gnomish ingenuity for decades. And we've even got more coal, which is fantastic news. Right, let's zoom all the way back down and zoom in. Okay. Alright, well, I think we're going to be okay for bandages, at least for a while. The main thing now is to get the rest of our industries up and running. I did want to work more on the Grand Hall, but we need the blocks made first. And right now, we're desperately waiting on the blocks to build the furnace. And we're also shy on beds as well, so perhaps I'll take some of these beds away. We'll just leave one, specifically for Metasepia. I shall have to wrap this episode up here. But all things told, we actually accomplished quite a lot. We created an entire new industry, one that is very much needed now we finally have some bandages flowing into the fort. And we've even begun to expand the upper floors, ready to move our woodworking industry indoors. On top of that, we've also stuck a yak's skull on a pike. I can't overstate how important this is. I think it gives a real hello, welcome to Castlegoat feel for any goblins that might show up at our gates. But on that lovely morbid thought, I am going to leave you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and I hope you will join us for the next. But until then, do take care.